Greetings. I am Doragon Paladin and Dragon Rider, and in this case interviewer, as I will speak to James Mahoney about his up-and-coming Rhealm 5e module. Hello, James. Thank you for coming. I know how busy you are with all of this Rhealm stuff. No problem. Let me start by saying that Dungeons & Dragons has really begun to take off and is reaching a whole new level, don't you think? Totally agree. How would you account for this? Well, at this point it's a lot of things. I got back into the game a couple of years ago at the beginning of 2017, and I was exposed to 5e, Dungeons & Dragons 5e, which I really liked. I'd always used a blend of regular D&D and AD&D, like when I played in the 80s and 90s, and it's been a while since I'd really played D&D. But yeah, the books were great. Obviously, there was a show called Critical Role that was doing really well. The thing about Critical Role is it gave people an opportunity to see what D&D can be, you know. And in addition to that, it also, I think, really shows you the kind of friendships that you can build and also fortify. How about the product out there? Well, I think Wizards of the Coast really has been answering the call. I mean, I've always liked their product, even though I've just gotten back into the game the last couple of years. So they're making some incredible stuff, and they're also doing these live streams every year in LA, which I've been watching them, and it's been an awesome way to be exposed to the different people that are out there doing it, and just the new product and the overall synergy of the D&D community, which is incredible right now. And beyond Critical Role, there are so many streams out there, D&D streams and gaming streams and all that, and podcasts, a lot of podcasts. An immense amount of third-party content is being created, which has been really incredible. Then there's all these amazing artists out there, which is really evident like in the Critical Role thing, where they started to share the art that people were doing, fan art, and it's just grown into this thing. It's really, to me, taken the whole thing to a whole new level, because it brings it to a very visual level in regards to the characters in the world and all that. But it's not just in Critical Role. There's a ton of artists out there, and they're amazing. And like I said, it's just taking the whole community and the whole D&D thing and the whole RPG thing to another level. All right, well, thanks for that. On to your new Rhealm 5e module. With all the D&D product that is out there available, why should anyone take the time to check your product out? Well, it's a couple things. I was looking at something recently that talked about finding your true fans. So really what I want to do with my content is I want to reach people that actually really like my work, will actually use it. So I'm not so focused on making everyone like my stuff or trying to reach everyone. Obviously there's a lot of people out there. And like I said, I'm just trying to kind of focus on finding my true fans, people that really like my stuff. So what is Rhealm? As far as Rhealm specifically, well, when I got back into D&D, I quickly made a vlog, it was basically a Dungeons & Dragons Dungeon Master vlog. When I DM'd in the 80s and 90s, I'd always created my own content, and I was always a Dungeon Master. So when I did this, when I started 5e, I actually was a player, and I got in a group and just wanted to get familiar with the rules and all that. But on my vlog, I talked a lot about my different processes. Like I went into my homebrew process, and I started explaining how I create worlds, etc. And I was watching different streams at that time. I was watching a guy named Will, who Encounter Roleplay. I was watching his stream, and his group, I think, was just finishing up a campaign where they finished up in this kind of icy castle, and there were these things called frost guards. And it just, bam, inspired me to create something in a frosty kind of environment. In fact, I asked his permission a while back if I could use his frost guard in my module. Not bad, not bad. Intrigued. Where is Rhealm located? Well, Rhealm originally started out as like an icy stone kind of fortress that was located in the middle of these giant mountains called the Warlord Peaks. Which, by the way, there's different names. I did a lot of D&D community interaction when I was originally doing these vlogs for the Frost Realm, and I was getting some of the names I use in it are from people in the D&D community, which I'll be trying to figure. I haven't figured out mostly who they are, and I'll be having them in my module give them credit. Anyway, so it's in the middle of these three mountains that are like these icy mountains, called the Warlord Peaks. And like I said, and in addition to this fortress, which is Frost Realm, there's also what's called the Great Tower. It's like an 8-story obsidian tower. And inside this tower, there are what I call the Knights of Dark Frost, which are kind of a magical / undeadish kind of knight. And they actually protect this inner area around the Frost Realm. And the third thing is this large cave called the Frost Giant's Maw. And these three things are located kind of in a triangle. When I create this area is actually called the Trigon. So the Trigon is within the Warlord Peaks. As far as the Frost Realm itself, its leader is named Prince Teroff. I won't go into him too much, but he has, at his side, he has a very powerful wizard or mage who has, there's more to him than meets the eye. But also below the actual fortress, there's a dungeon, the Frost Realm dungeon as well. So, okay, so in my world, Frost Realm is located on a continent called Norwin. It's about 3 days journey north from a southern merchant port called Cray on Norwin. And basically you would start out the adventure there in this little port, and the details are in the module. But basically you have to cross over these 3 days worth of ice, and it's called the Screer. But actually this adventure is designed to be placed in any mountainous region, snowy mountainous regions. The dungeon masters can put the Warlord's Peaks and the Trigon and everything, all this, in the middle of any mountain, icy, snowy region in their world. So whatever, they don't have to, go into my world. Also, you can start the adventure. You don't have to start it in the tavern that's 3 days from it. You can have, it's described in the module, but basically you can be teleported just outside the mountains surrounding the Trigon, or you can be teleported literally right in the middle of the Trigon. So there's ways to deal with all that, and I try to explain that in the module.
Excellent, excellent. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I was working on it a couple of years ago. I put a lot of work into it, and then I actually stepped away from social media for like 15 months. But I was playing a lot of D&D. I was running a one-person campaign. I was developing a lot of my own content. But I just got back in January of this year, in 2019. I returned to social media, and then I picked up Frost Realm and tried to work on it some more. So I've been trying to finish that up. And I've got it to a point where I kind of want to play test it. But before I do that, I need to, I want some drawings in the module as inspiration. I'll probably have to go with black and white sketches just because of cost.
Well, I've taken up enough of your time. I wish you all the success in the world, or just enough, with Frost Realm, and I look forward to any other content, imaginees that you may create in the future.
Thank you, no problem. Thank you as well. I really appreciate the interview, and I just want to say I really enjoy your Twitter feed and your blog.
Well, folks, that's it for now. Thanks for tuning in.